Hi, it's Grandma Mary with Anyone, Everyone Can Paint. First, let's talk. Let's say our beautiful, isn't that a beautiful picture? And I'll read this for you. May the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace in believing. Romans 15:13. And the reason I read these uh, each time I make a video is because it uplifts people. It uplifts me. And I usually say a prayer before every painting I do. So let's get started. If you can recall from prior videos, we were working on this painting right here. And that's as far as we got last time. So let's see if we can finish that up today, hopefully, if I don't get too tired. As I am at that age where I get tired a lot. So let me try to straighten this out. I put it on here so that I can hold it because my hands shake so much. And I want to try to get you a good view of it. So, let's go. Remember, we did the trees last time, and the bushes, and flowers, and so forth and so on. So let's start with, I just want to get a kind of small brush, I guess, because the trick that I learned in bringing those the trees actually, and bringing the trees out and making it kind of look like there's bark on it is to actually put another color on it. And so that's what I'd like to do right now is just kind of put another color on the trees. And I usually use this ochre, the yellow ochre color. And I'm just going to put it right here. Let me put that down here where you can see it. And I got a little bit of water on there because I am using acrylic and I want to smudge it on there. I do a lot of smudgings in my paint too, in my paintings. So I hope you can see it well enough. But what I do is I just kind of go over that tree. I don't want to cover up all the brown on it. I want to put a little more water on there. I want to just kind of highlight it. And I should have actually done it before I put in that brush because it's kind of covering up the trunk. But then sometimes I just go like this just to make the tree come alive, like it's really got some bark on it. You gotta do that rather fast though, otherwise it'll dry before you get to do that. And so I want to leave some. I want to leave some dark between these two trees, this one and that one, because That way it outlines it better. And just kind of touch it up like it has bark. You can go in any direction you feel you want to, because each direction will make it look different, like different bark. Um, so that's how quickly you can do that. And I see a little bark up in there I'll highlight, and a little bit up in there, a little bit of bark up there, and it's going up the tree. So let's put a little in here to bring out the tree branch that is running all the way up, and a little over here on these trees. It don't have to be perfect. There's nothing in this world perfect. And so there we have our tree bark. Oops, I missed some there. Okay, so then we have a little bit uh, black is what I want, because I always start out my rocks and bricks and stones and mountains with some black. And the reason I do that is because then you can pull out the other colors in the rocks. Of course, you can paint it any color you want to. It don't have to be natural colors. I mean, if you're into really bright pinks, yellows, purples, whatever, uh, that's good. And this is mixed with a little bit. I hope you can see it there. Mixed with a little bit of brown. But right now, I'm just going to kind of find my rocks where they're at. And like I say, my hands shake all the time. So it's kind of hard for me to actually get anything straight. Yeah, you see how I'm just going over the rocks, and then I'll go over them with a different color. That will be a lighter color at a later time, but right now I'm just wanting to, okay, I think we're going, that's a big rock there. And this way I know where my rocks are. And rocks are never just straight. Well, some are. Depends on what state you're in. And let's see, I think that will uh, kind of put a mountain type back here. And it may run clear down, clear behind these trees. Um, and then on this side, we need the rest of the mountain or hill or whatever. And I'm just going to go under that paper clip because I can't take it all. Not completely, anyhow. So I'm going to run that right up toward the sky like we have a big mountain back there. Mm, let's make that. some pretty cool edges on there, and it can run behind those trees. So I'm just painting between those trees. Usually I do the sky and the mountains and everything first. But today I'm just gonna put little hills in there. And this is running up pretty tall, so I'm just gonna run that right into that one behind the trees. And so where else do we have any rocks? Oh, we've got a rock there. Okay, and we I've got some embankment right in here, which I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of outline that with the brush. And that's so I can see what I'm doing. Well, I really can't because I'm not wearing my glasses, but okay. But this is where I want my water banks to run. We definitely don't want any sky down there. So we'll paint that. Okay. And there's a little bit of mountain back there. And the trees in front of it. We'll just say that. Make your story as you go. It's okay. Okay. So we've got that. And I don't think I see any more rocks. I do see some more embankment kind of going out this way, which is pretty cool. I like that. And let's put maybe some rocks there. It's kind of rocky place. And nothing's ever like perfectly straight, especially not with me. And that's just because I just shake too much. And okay, so we have where we're going to put the rocks. What are we going to do with the rocks? That's a good question. Since I already got a lot of this yellow ochre out here, let's kind of mix this black paintbrush with the yellow ochre and it turns kind of green. So we'll just put in some accents into this rock. And it's nothing special. It's just how you see a rock. Everybody sees a rock different, I guess. But that's going to be my rock. Now, when this dries, it'll be a whole different story. It usually is. Because then And the lines and everything of black shows through, and it kind of gives it a realistic look here. And right there is the boat sail, so that's why I'm not. And rocks has different features in there. Some grow where they go down, some just goes at a curve. And see, I don't want to leave all the black out. Um, there's some rock back there. And don't be afraid if you go over your tree, just wipe it off while it's wet. And that's it. Because that black color is, it gives you a kind of outline of where your rocks are. Yeah. This one's just kind of up in the trees and behind the trees. And want your tree leaf to stay covering it. So just simply go around those tree branches. Make yourself a rock. And sometimes I like to get more water on the acrylic so it'll be thinner looking. It gives more streaks, like streaks in the paintings. Gives it texture. Okay. Now, since I don't really, that those rocks are not standing out so well, what I want to do is go with a lighter color. And I'll probably do that when it dries because I want that texture in there. But right now I'm just going to go ahead and do something with the boat. Or maybe finish so we don't waste this ochre color. Finish some of these rocks. See how I didn't cover that one completely, and I like it. Gives it a little bit of shadow like it's. And there you go. And the mountains, will try to do the same thing with the mountains at a later time. So far, you've got some rocks and mountains, and we'll still work on it. You just keep on working on it until you get what you want. And let's go with the, how about a red boat? And let's just going to pop, not too much red. And I'm going to kind of work that brush right into the red. And that is so, I mean, you can use it like a thinner brush if you want to get it in there where it should be. for this edge, I just want to kind of it's kind of thick, so I'll just put that right there. And then on this, the top of the boat, I'm going to go with the thinner brush because it's not as wide. And my brush is like dried up and hard, you know. Really wish I could. I'm just going to go over the edge of that because I want to work a different color in there as well, just to kind of highlight it. Sorry, I think I've got this at a bad angle. I hope this will allow you to see what I'm doing here. So, yeah, there's that. And I'll take this other brush, kind of put some highlights in there. And I want to highlight it, so I'm just going to run it right over that red. Sometimes it's pretty cool, you know, to mix those colors right on the canvas versus I use my fingers a lot and make messes. Everything can be fixed. And okay, well, that's I gotta be able to set down. So I guess that will be it, right? Mm, put this on there. Okay. And then we'll just kind of go with the whoa, it's a stiff paintbrush. And I'll just keep on using this paint until it's all gone because I don't like to waste my paint. And you can put your little sail anywhere you want to. I do. I don't think I ever put it in the right place, but it sure is fun putting the sail there, you know. I'm kind of not like that a little bit redder just to bring it out. And maybe even the seat. Get your directions correct. when you paint, because if you put a seat going that way on a sailboat that's turned that way, then you're going to have one different type of sailboat. And so you want to try to get your directions correct on those boats. I always get so many colors on me. Um, let's see what we have so far. Um, so I don't know, but I think we'll put a few little, well, we got some red out. I think I'm just going to run a few little red flowers back in here. You know me, I like flowers. Don't want to put them just everywhere, but just a few. Just kind of highlight that. And then I usually kind of pounce it with a little bit of yellow just to give it a little swirl. Just to blend it a little bit. So it'll be noticeable. I guess that's the whole idea, is it to be noticed. And looks like I forgot part of the mountain here. Just go back and run it a little bit of yellow in there. Don't want it too yellow. I mess up on my paintings all the time, but at the end it looks pretty good. And then we can go to the, so I guess, how about a nice bright yellow sail? Yellow. I think I want to use this one. It's brighter. I know a lot of people use white, or, well, we can use white, but I'm out of white, so I can simply get a pastel. Use it. Let's do that. I do that sometimes. So, if I'm out of a color, I'll use a pastel. And since I've got a white pastel here, I'll just go with this. Trying to bring out some white there. I'm not going to worry about how I put the pastel on. I tell you why, is because I'm going to literally smudge it with my finger as soon as I can. And it's got a little smear of yellow, but red, but that's okay. I like it. worry about it. Kind of add some color to it. Maybe we'll just put in a little blue in there. And these are oil pastels. And the reason that I using them on this painting is because I ran out of the blue and white acrylic paint. So you got a kind of rainbow color, which is pretty nice once it gets up against the blue water. It'll be nice. Now for this, we're going to do the same thing because, as I said, I don't have the white nor the blue. The white nor the blue paint right now. And only paint in the winter, and this is summer, so I'm just pretty much using all my leftovers for these videos here. But the whole point is that we have fun this summer while we do this. And I just want everybody to know, no matter what you think about your own drawings, art, whatever, I'm telling you, everybody can paint. Anybody can paint. I'm half blind and I'm painting. And it's good for other people to like what you paint, but most of all, it's good for you to like what you paint. And that's the main thing, is that you have fun and you paint the way you want to. You pick your own colors and whatever purpose you have for any other colors. I mean, water don't have to be blue. Water can be green, orange, red, or whatever. Trees don't have to be green. Trees can be purple, yellow, red, pink, any color you want. It's your painting, and you get to put in any of the colors that you want to put in. And the reason I'm having a hard time holding this is because it's a small painting, and I'm trying to keep it close enough that you can see what I'm doing here. And this oil pastel needs some smudges, so I wanted you to see how I smudge it with my fingers. I use my fingers in paintings a lot. And the reason I do that is because I just don't know what else can smudge better than the fingers. I think that's going to be the water. So what I want to do is take this other white, since I don't have white acrylic, and it's usually watercolor kind of splashes up on the rocks, and you know, just take that white, and I'm gonna lay it on my lap and do the same thing. This right here, and then we'll show you how it comes out. Right now, I'm just going to let it splash wherever it may, and I'm just going to run it over some of the rocks and let it splash there. And I use this oil acrylic, and that's because I can smear it. Because if I use the dry acrylic, I won't be able to smear it at all. That is, when they say dry, it is dry. They're telling the truth. So that is honest media when they say dry acrylics. And remember, you don't have to worry about getting it on the rocks because water does splash, right? Okay, so we got some of that. And what I want to do is kind of run some of this white oil pastel over the sky to make it a little lighter so the rocks, mountains will stand out. So I'm going to do that. And I have to lay it down and then I'll show you. I'm going to do it the same way that I did the water. And it made a pretty cool, interesting sky background. Now, what I want to do as well is take it over the trees a little bit, just to kind of highlight them a little bit more. And white will bring out more detail in your painting. So I'm going to do that. And I have to lay it down, then I'll show you. Um, I'll try to do it in front of the camera. But that's all you do is just kind of not too much, but just like the sun is hitting it or something. Okay. Well, not too much at the bottom because you know that's always shaded. And then just run your finger over it to smooth it out. And ta-da! There you go. You got some highlight on those trees. Now, let's not forget these trees this time. Last time I kind of forgot these trees back here. Uh, they're so small that, there. You see how that brought those trees out better? Okay. Maybe a little sunlight on the rocks. Not much, but just a shimmer. Okay. Now, um, you know what? I might even do a little on these rocks. You see how I'm going against the paint ridges? And that just brings out some more detail in the rocks, in the mountains. And then I just run over it with my finger. Just go across there and let it crumble where it may. Mhm. I use a lot of white and black in my paintings and ochre. And that's because it's really details things really well. And of course, I got a kind of cloudy day, so I'm not going to let the shadow of the mountains fall into the water. So it's kind of cloudy back there. You can make yours nice and blue sky, white sky, whatever you like. But okay, as far as the beach, I would like to put a little brown in there. If I've got brown. And since I don't have brown, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this red and a little black, mix them all together. See if I can come up with a kind of different color for the. I guess not. Okay, so I'm going to just play with your colors because you never know what you're going to come out with. And you may come out with a color that nobody's ever invented before, for all we know. I know I sure have had my fill of not knowing what color was going to come out of my mix, but I usually enjoy uh, in the long run. I usually enjoy what does come out. See how I just made a boo-boo and I just wiped it off with my fingers. Keep on going. Now, I'm not going to paint all that gray in there. Just kind of give it an edge there, like it is a beach. And if I had a tan color or brown, I would do that. But unfortunately, I don't at this point. And so I'm just going to put some strokes in there that'll make it kind of look like the beach line, just to bring it out a bit. Um, so this is basically mixed so much that it's turned kind of gray. And I like gray on my rocks, I really do. I want to smudge that out because I want a little more gray here on my rocks. So I can just kind of highlight them. And then over. I want to leave some of that ochre in there and dark colors too. That's just because it's bring that cotton kind of over here across there. You can lighten it up any way you see fit. Sometimes I go over my mountains and things a million times until till I like it. And if it's not something that I like, then I keep going over it until I do like it. But I really like to go gray and then some ochre on my mountains because, again, ochre really highlights uh, things really well. This time I'm just going to go down. I'm getting a little bit too much there. Okay, that'll work. That's pretty much looks like marble, and I like that because rocks are all kinds of different looks and angles. But and let some rocks overlap other rocks because you want to show some perspective in your painting. And so that is the painting. I mean, you can do much more with it and change the sky or whatever you see fit. But that is our painting that I said I would finish today. And of course, anytime you paint something, sign it where people can see it. It usually adds value to one's painting when it's signed with a signature. And of course, when you do your paintings, it's a real good idea to simply right beside your name, when you do your first name, circle one, but the number one, and circle it right by your name. And that shows that's your first painting. Um, and then you can keep up with how many paintings you put out by doing that. And then your next painting will be your name and number two. Circle. Circle the number, not your name, just the number. And then, of course, you want to give your painting a title. This would probably be, I don't know. I might even call it Unusual Day at a Beach, or Lost Beach or Island Beach or something like that. But you can always give it the name you want. And some of my paintings I have actually done in this with the same method is right here. And actually, I do all my paintings same method. And you can do the same or better. I'm always hoping you do better. And now to actually in this video, I want to show you, if I can get everything straight here, the process, which is upside down. Okay, first you have a blank canvas. Next step is to get two of your favorite colors, one dark color, one light color, mix them, and then paint the entire canvas with it. And don't worry about whether it's whether there's white lines or whatever, because that's good. To see the light lines is good. And let it dry. Then you go to the next step. You look into that cloudy mixture there after it dries. You look into it the same way as when you look into clouds, you see pictures, you see people, you see landscapes, you see angels, whatever you see. Just maybe teddy bears. Just outline them as I have outlined there. See, I saw football players and a little house, and I saw some trees in the background. Then your last step is to actually start painting what you saw, what you outlined. That's your last step. And from that, you can get paintings like this. Paintings like that. Waterfalls, a lot of different things. And you'll eventually go to the larger canvas and you'll get many different paintings, as I have done over the span of a few years. I started doing this in 2009, using the paints and brushes. And that's because I got to a point where I couldn't draw anymore. I've been drawing since I was about 4 years old. And I started drawing in the dirt outside. And then when I started school, got pencil and paper, and I started drawing on paper instead of on my parents' walls and dirt. So just have fun, enjoy your time while you paint. Enjoy the beautiful colors, mix them together and see what you come up with. And you can get a color palette, and they'll tell you what to mix to get what colors. But myself, I like to make my own colors. The way I make my paintings, looking in the clouds and finding landscapes, etc. And so that's the way I make my colors. I mix my own colors. I see the nature in my own colors, and that's what makes my paintings unique, I guess. But your paintings will be unique as well and beautiful, and just have fun with it. So until I see you again, I hope all is well, and God bless everybody. Grandma Mary signing off again.